Oh my goodness. Squad! What's up, y'all? It's your boy AI, the animated intellectual. You see the watermark. And wow. Let's get down into the episode. The episode starts on some really cool stuff. You see Xavier and his champions and all this whatnot. They're at his house for a sleepover. And I'm not gonna lie, it's cool to see the champions and everybody just as regular kids. It adds another element of reality to it, that all of this play life and stuff, they have lives outside of that. But it's really cool to see all of them. We saw Ken, Jackie, the Squashinator. Is her name Angie? I feel like her name is Angie. I hope her name is Angie. She gives me Angie vibes. Maya was late because her brother doing something. And we see again Xavier being Xavier, talking about, you're late. You're in. So the seeds are being sown. They're being sprinkled ever so slightly. We see the rift that's building between Maya and the king. Why do I keep calling him the king? That boy named Xavier. And now, inside his basement, essentially we see how things turn out. They're playing Power Punchers, which, if y'all don't know, Power Punchers is definitely a take on Power Stone. Shout out to all the Sega Dreamcast, all the Sega fans, all that old school stuff. Power Stone was one of the greatest video games of all time when it came to like arcade style combat with the Joy-Cons and stuff. I loved Power Stone. The fact that more arcades do not have Power Stone in their repertoire of whatnot is a crime against humanity. And the arcade that was near me, they had Power Stone, loved it, but then they took it out, and I've never been the same ever since. But that's what it is. It's all good. And really, to be honest, we see just how unhealthy the dynamic is, friend-wise, quote-unquote, between all of them. Well, before that, it was really cool to see how each of the champions were doing their champion stuff during the sleepover. More so Jackie and Angie, the Squashinator. Jackie, the arm, threw the juice at Angie, and she used her strength and was able to pop it open to drink it. So that was really cool to see. And Jason being Jason. Again, we see them playing Power Stone. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. The unhealthy friendship dynamic that they have between them. How Jackie threw the sprinkle paws up and Maya caught them and was just like, I dare you to do something. Nah, man. Those aren't real friendships. And again, to the elementary school kids, middle school kids, high school kids, whoever might be watching this, don't accept friendships like that, man. That stuff is not cool. You do not have to tolerate all that stuff. Maya asked for the squishers. They said, there's no more squishers because they were stolen. And Maya brought up the point again. I couldn't have been right there from stopping the sugar swipers because you told me to go deal with the ramps. But Xavier just making excuses. You're someone that I need to have around. It's like, boy, stop. And again, the seeds are being sown. The rift between the two. And this is just something that, we see that Jason's about to win, but then the king takes the controller and just capitalizes on all the work that Jason did and claims the win for himself. We know exactly what kind of person Xavier is. And of course, they're playing truth or dare. He wants people to feed his ego. And what kind of parents does Xavier have? Who lets this kind of behavior run unchecked in their child? I'm sorry, these are... You got some bad parents. You got some bad parents. So then he wants to hear the truth. Everyone's talking all these good things about him. Then we hear a voice come out of nowhere, right? And then we see emerging from the sleeping bag is Craig, like a boss. Oh gosh, this was some of the most gangster-ish I've ever seen in my life. The most gangster. Craig is just like, yeah. So what's up? He threatened him with, using the sound system, the bass to wake up the parents. No kid wants to get in trouble, so you do what you gotta do. But yes, Craig has finally started to make his counterattack. He issues the challenge, which I love that he took the cloth and threw it at his feet. For those of y'all that don't know, back in like the olden days, like 1600s, 1700s, whatnot, when it came to kind of like dueling, the same way Hamilton did, with the pistols, this, that, and the third, the gentlemanly way, quote unquote, the etiquette way, mostly in Europe and all that stuff, all that. to challenge someone to a duel, it was also seen as an insult, is taking a glove or a cloth or something and throwing it at their feet, having it land in front of them. You doing that, that was, if you did that in a crowd, especially, people be like, oh my goodness, what? So yes, I challenge you to a duel, this, that, and the third. It's like, oh snap, he done threw that at your feet, boy. What you gonna do about it? It's not just that Craig challenged him to a duel, right? It wasn't just for the sake of, we want the creek back to how it is. Craig put himself on the line. He said, yo, this is a capture the flag game for if I win, you dip, but if you win, I'll never come back to the creek. Craig took the brunt of the consequence. That is just, what a leader. Gotta love it. I love Craig. I see so much myself in Craig. After that, I believe now we transition to the library. We see a little beginnings of people coming together to meet. Talking with Stax, Wildernessa, and everyone, talking about that. And Craig said that he was able to get the king to agree to the terms of the capture the flag war. And then Ren had the nerve to open her mouth and say, what again, kind of what I said last time. It seemed really critical and illogical to be able to take such a hard stance and challenge him to an all or nothing capture the flag war. And Craig was just like, okay, well, you thought it was logical to let the king in, even though I warned you that he couldn't be trusted. And I'm sitting there like, yes, Craig, yes, be petty, yes, And then Ren is just like, it was a miscalculation. Yeah, definitely was a miscalculation. Anyway. And then someone comes through and we see standing there that it's Jason wearing the Acorn Knight getup. And then him and Craig dap. I'm like, yes, I knew it. I'm telling you, I'm too good. I was right. Jason was working as an inside man for them. Jason was the reason that the resistance in the form of the Sugar Swipers, Kelsey, JP, Raj, and the other dude, I forget his name, the Honeysuckle Rangers, how they knew which routes to go to ambush the king and take his candy and distribute it out. So Jason, the inside man, always. So from there, they realize, okay, these are the places, again, Jason's inside knowledge, that the king is probably going to hide his flag. And so now they're just like, all right. I think it was JP that said the king has like a million, a kajillion, whatever he said, kids at his legion. How are we going to do this? And Craig is just like, don't worry, I know some people. And then Craig pretty much goes around a montage. We see him gathering the heavy hitters in the creek for this capture the flag war. He goes back and gets pretty much a bunch of members from the council. So he gets, and other people too, he gets the Sewer Queen, he gets Cannonball, he gets Paintball Mike and his brother, and this, not a member of the council, but still a heavy hitter in the creek, he gets Toman, who, it was so beautiful to see. Craig was gathering Creek kids like Captain America was gathering Avengers to fight. Like, during Endgame and during Civil War, when each side was going to look for new heroes to fight. It was beautiful. And then, again, shout out to these writers. I said I would have their names, but I didn't bother to look them up. I will. I'll probably put them down here or something. Shout out to these writers. They snapped. Just seeing the calm before the storm. Seeing the little things go by of the creek just empty. Just there, nothing, bare bones. And then we see, at ground zero, the border between one side of the creek and the other, the overpass. You have Beth the Timekeeper setting the stage for the rules of the Capture the Flag War. And you just see, oh my goodness. You know what? I think this is best exemplified by the TikTok that I posted going through the episode. So I'm going to post this right here. Y'all see how I did this. It was just beautiful. And look at this. The troops, the battalion. We got Craig at the helm leading the vanguard. We got the stump kids here in Cannonball. Then we got Paintball Mike and the 6th grade federation on support. We got the horse girls in the mid, the rest of the 10 speeds here, the junior forest scouts, the scooter girl. We got Roger the troll, the denizens of Cardboard City, the Alliance of Science, and the Muddy Buddies taking the back with Big Red. We even got Diane. We just met her, and she's ready to throw hands. I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah, and then Beth said, the game will begin with the blow of my sousaphone. And the fact that the episode cut out right as she was about to blow into it, the suspense. I'm here for it. This was, I'm sorry, but like, why I love this, right? Not just that it's amazing, but these are action cartoons. This is what we want. Going back, now I'm sounding like an old head. Going back to the early 2000s and mid 2000s when I was growing up as a kid, right? From shows even later than that, but still back in the day, from like 2011, like Young Justice, the original Teen Titans, SWAT Cats, other things like Generator Rex, Ben 10. These are action cartoons. This type of hype that we're feeling from this, we got this a lot on Cartoon Network and across other channels. Nickelodeon, of course, they had Avatar, the OG. Disney Channel, of course, they had a lot of action cartoons, but they're like going into 90s and stuff like the Pirates of Dark Water and pretty much all those shows that Elderberry mentioned and other stuff. Was Pirates of Dark Water on Disney or was that Cartoon Network? Disney Channel had hitters. I just can't think of them right now. But yeah, this is what we got all the time. So you can imagine what it was like growing up in that era of cartoons. First of all, we had all that stuff, and we were growing up when Avatar, the Last Airbender was first coming out. So you can imagine just how lucky we were. We were pretty based. But it's just, this is what we got all the time. And we had a healthy mix of action cartoons that did all that other stuff and other cartoons that filled those other genres and niches, such as the everyday kind of like just kid life experience, whatnot, with Ed, Edd n Eddy. And we had that with Codename Kids Next Door. But Codename Kids Next Door was also an action cartoon. And there was Samurai Jack, another action cartoon. And just so much stuff, man. It was great to be a kid back then. But we're getting back into that hype. I feel like TV shows, cartoons have gotten just so much better. But yeah, that was everything for this episode. I'm beside myself right now. I really hope that tomorrow's episode is a half hour long. Like, just give us that greatness. You can't wrap this up in just another 11 minutes. You give us the full half hour, please. Please. Maybe even 1 hour, but that's pushing it. I don't want to be greedy. Yeah, man, this is beautiful. And yeah, I'll talk more with y'all tomorrow. Follow all my TikToks, follow me on TikTok at Animated Intellectual, Instagram at Animated Intellectual, all the other stuff. You'll see it in the outro page. And yeah, I'm AI, the Animated Intellectual, and I'll see you tomorrow. AI, out!